Hello guys, today we are going to review the SH01PRO from RAWM. Um, I had received this mouse some months ago and I waited to make a review because I had a very positive opinion about the mouse since the beginning, but wanted to check if the mouse would have kept up with the quality throughout the months. So here I am after a few months. I will showcase what's inside the box before getting into the mouse. So inside the box you get this little bag where you have your cable, the extra skates which I actually have applied already, and I will explain later why. And you also get the extra grips. These grips are not really grippy in my opinion compared to other grips like the ones that Attack Shark offers with the R6. These grips are way more slippery, and if you're looking for very grippy, very grippy grip tapes, these are not really great in my opinion. So yeah, they're more on the slippery side. But I feel like it makes kind of sense. The mouse is very cheap, so they have to go on a budget on certain accessories. In terms of build quality, this mouse is very great. There are no creaking, no side-to-side wobble on the main clicks, barely any pre-travel on the side buttons. There is some pre-travel on the main click, but it's, as you can see on the camera, maybe there is some, and there is some post-travel, which kind of makes sense, and actually helps for the spammability of the main clicks. They feel very spammable in game, especially in Fortnite where you really spam a lot the main left click. They feel very great in my opinion. In terms of clicks, the mouse come with the one green shell white dots, but this mouse gives the possibility of hot swapping the main clicks, and that's what I did. I've been always a fan of Omron 20am, so I instantly switched them with the Omron 20am, and they feel insane. They remind me so much of the G305 feeling I had. I really love them for Fortnite specifically. So yeah, they feel lighter. The one green shell white dot are somewhat medium to heavy clicks, while the Omron switches are way lighter, and they help if your index fingers feels in pain. And they're, in my opinion, a better switch for Fortnite, where you are looking for light clicks and spammable clicks. You are gonna prefer to hot swap them with the Omron 20am, or in general a lighter switch compared to the one green shell white dot, which is very clicky and gives a very good tactile feeling, but it's definitely heavier than other offerings on the market. So, as I said, I already applied the skates that come in the box, and the reason is that these skates that come in the box have holes in them, while the ones that come pre-applied with the mouse do not have the holes. So after applying the skates, I'm able to open the mouse without removing the skates and also swapping the switches, trying new switches without ruining the skates. So that's really cool. That's the same thing that comes in with the OP1 8K, and I feel like that's a nice touch, especially at this price. It shows that ROM is trying to give you the best product possible, and that's really appreciated. So I'm gonna showcase how to open the mouse and swap the switches. All you need is somewhat of something like a credit card and a screwdriver. Um, very simple. This mouse has only 2 screws on the back. Takes legit maybe 30 seconds to open the mouse. Very simple. Once you remove the two screws, you can pinch in the middle of the mouse so that it creates a little gap in the back, and then you unclip the left side, you unclip the right side, and the mouse is gonna open. Then just make sure to pull the mouse to the back so you're not gonna damage the wire that connects the side buttons, the PCB. And yeah, now that your mouse is open, it's extremely simple. I will try to show it on camera. All you need to do is pull the switch and the switch will just come off. This is very intuitive and very simple to do. And you can take other switches. I'll show it on camera. These are Japanese omrons. You can just insert the switch. Just make sure that you insert them in the right direction. So the right direction is that the plunger has to be on the top side of the mouse. And yeah, just click them in. Then to close the mouse again, just make sure that the scroll wheel is aligned and you just push the mouse on top so that it's gonna some way clip, and then you clip the two sides, and yeah, that's just that easy. Then you can screw the two screws in, and that's it. That's very simple. Now, as you can hear, I have the Japanese omron on my right click and the omron 20M on the left. And yeah, that's it. So in terms of the scroll wheel, this mouse uses FE encoder, and the steps are kinda light, and I really enjoy this scroll wheel. It's my favorite scroll wheel I ever had on a mouse, because it's as light as the Ultralight 2 scroll wheel, which was my favorite, but still has some slight tactility, which gives you control of how many steps you want to do when you want to scroll, and that's literally what you're looking for when you're gonna scroll in Fortnite. That's really an amazing scroll wheel in my opinion. In terms of weight and balance, the mouse weighs 56 grams, and that's like not really a problem. I mean, if the mouse was for around 40-45 grams, in my opinion, it would have been better. But I understand that with the Hotswap functionality, that's kind of hard to achieve. But I wish that RAWM works on the weight and push this mouse under the 50 grams mark. That would be really great. In terms of balancing, this mouse is like perfectly balanced. Legit, it's very well balanced. Like, this mouse is really underrated. I know that I'm glazing it, but I feel like this mouse really deserves it. In terms of shape, this mouse kinda reminds me of the Lamzumaya. I would say they're really similar. This mouse also feels similar to the Viper Mini, but I would say this is kinda of a mix between a Viper Mini and a Viper V3 Pro Mini. So in end, this feels extremely similar to the Maya, but the Maya is way more flat, while the SH01PRO curves more in the middle, as you can see. I think that's pretty noticeable. And actually, I prefer this shape of the SH01PRO because it gives you a more locked-in feeling in game. I feel like my aim is slightly better on this mouse compared to the Maya. I mean, the Maya is completely fine. It's still a very great mouse. I feel like this shape and gives a more locked-in feeling for aiming. So I used this mouse in Fortnite and it was amazing. I would say that this mouse might be my main mouse going forward. I've also received in the last days the Final Mouse Ultralight X Prophecy Small, and there is something like the spammability of the clicks and overall the scroll wheel. The shape makes me prefer this one over this one, which is priced over 3 times more. And isn't it crazy that this mouse that costs like 50 euro has nothing less than the Ultralight X? Yeah, this mouse might be overpriced, but in the past, Final Mouse had really great products in my opinion, and this is great as well, but this one is just good enough, you know? So, in conclusion, if you like small to medium size mice, and you mainly pass the Viper Mini, or you like that shape in general, this mouse doesn't feel exactly like the Viper Mini, but it's a very good shape in my opinion, and you might enjoy this kind of mouse. So I really suggest to try it. In the end, it's like 40-50 euro. If you're a mice enthusiast, you spent way more than that for other mice. And I'm pretty sure you will not feel disappointed from this mouse. And I also suggest to try new switches. That's what I did. I did not enjoy the Huano green shadow white dots that came with the mouse. But once I applied my favorite switch, which are the Omron 20 amps, my experience completely changed. And yeah, I feel like this is gonna be my main for the upcoming months uh, until I try something else. But uh, yeah, guys, I hope you appreciated the review and leave a like if you enjoyed it. And see you in the next one.